this life that make one guess why this world is such a mess. Definition of love is a mirror of hate. When I look in your eyes, I think all is great. I'm staring into the stainless window of your soul. You're looking in, I'm looking out of the stainless window of my soul. I'm reaching out, the world's reaching in, but the light of the Lord is blocking all the sin, and His love will always win. God lives in my heart each and every day. His love is so strong, it blocks all the pain. When you look in my eyes, feel the warmth, not the cold. You're staring into the stainless window of my soul. You're looking in, I'm looking out of the stainless window of my soul. I'm reaching out, the world's reaching in, but the light of the Lord is blocking all the sin, and His love will always win. Our bodies are a temple paid for with a price. Jesus died on the cross so we could have eternal life. Our eyes are a window into the soul, where depression and anger have taken its toll. Let the Lord be the cleaner to wipe away the stain. Let's start over without any pain. You're looking in, I'm looking out of the stainless window of my soul. I'm reaching out, the world's reaching in, but the light of the Lord is blocking all the sin, and His love will always win. Stainless window of my soul, stainless window of my soul, stainless window of my soul.
That is an amazing song.
Thank
And
you.
the reason I was smiling while it was playing is because that little interlude part in the center, and I remember I told you about this when you were on before,
Hmm.
said, that reminds me of something. It reminds me of something. What is the song that reminds me of? And it was honestly driving me crazy, trying to figure out what it reminds me of. And it just dawned on me.
What? See if you know what song I took that from.
Well, I don't know if you took it from this song, but it definitely reminds me of this song. Cutting Crew, I Just Died in Your Arms.
Actually, I love that song, but no, I actually got an idea from Jars of Clay.
Okay.
You know the Christian band Jars of Clay?
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
I love that band. I listened to
Okay.
them for years. And that part of the song
Okay.
Flood that they did,
Okay.
that's the part that I liked, and that's how I wanted to put into this song. I wanted it to be different. So the bridge, I made the bridge different like that.
Okay. Well, our guest tonight is Lisa Marie Nicole, and wow, what a time it is to be associated with what we're doing. I mean, this show right now is going out on YouTube. It's going out on Spotify. It's going out on Amazon. It's going out on iTunes. It's going out on Twitter. It's going out on Blog Talk Radio. It's just going all these different directions all over the internet. and
It's a
it's just
blessing.
it's just so exciting, and to have you as part of what we're doing. Um, and I know you did get an invite from somebody else who was associated with Blog Talk Radio, somebody who will go nameless, but do you think you made the right decision?
Oh, of course I did.
Well, I'm glad that you stayed with us, and wow, you are just uh, bringing up the accolades. You're winning awards left and right. You're getting nominations left and right. I want to share something with our audience real quick. So those who are watching on YouTube, take a look at this. Why don't you tell our audience what they're looking at, or can you see what I'm showing?
Yeah, that's the Rising Artist blog. They do write-ups on certain or songs or videos or anything that I guess they feel it's worth talking about. So, and they did a really good the woman Melissa that runs it, she did a really good article on my song United We Stand.
Such
And
a big deal. I'm so excited about this. I'm so proud of you. And that song has been a runaway train, and it is really picking up a lot of momentum. And the video too. To talk about where that, I mean, that song is just has just taken off, hasn't it?
well, I didn't think it was going to do this. I mean, I know it could probably do better than it is, but I didn't think it was going to do as good as it is in this fast amount of time. Because I wrote this song 20 years ago
Yeah.
after 9/11, and I never released it because I didn't know when it was the right saying. I should put this song out. I should put this song out. All the things that we've been through in this world, in this country, and everything with COVID and everything that we've been through, divided this country so much. And I was just praying to God to like ask me. I asked God when was the right time to release this song. And
Mhm.
I spoke to my husband about it, and we decided that this was the year to do it. And it's about bringing unity to this country as
Mhm.
Americans and on one nation under God, and we all stick together and fight together and live together in this country. And it's what it's about.
Yeah.
And when I decided to do this, I had this idea in my head about the video. And I said, I want everybody from all parts of the United States to send me clips, photographs. I want everybody in the whole United States to be in this video. And that's what happened.
Yeah.
I started getting stuff left and right from people. And when I put that out, everybody shared it for me, and people are still sharing it. And it's up to, last time I looked, it's over 2,000 views on
Wow.
Facebook.
Well, I want to tell you a story that will maybe make the hair stand up on the back of your neck. Um, but hand to God, this is a true story. So we were in New Jersey. We lived in New Jersey for many years, as I know you did.
Hmm.
And my wife was working at a hospital in New Jersey, and a Catholic hospital, as a matter of fact, St. Peter's University Hospital. I don't know if
Hmm.
you. And she would work every other weekend. She would work the Saturday and Sunday every other weekend. So they would give her a day off the prior week and a day off the second week. And I happened to be looking at her schedule, and I was like, oh, wow, you've got my birthday off. She said, yeah, that's just the way it fell on the schedule. So I put in for a personal day, and we had a great day. We went to Alair Park. I'm sure you're familiar with Alair Park. We
Hmm.
went to Point Pleasant Beach. I'm sure you're
Yep.
familiar with that. We had a wonderful day, and that night, sat down with my kids over birthday cake, and my oldest daughter had just started her freshman year in high school. And I asked him, I said, "So what have you guys learned in school? What is what's going on in school?" And my oldest, Melissa, she said, "Dad, do you think there's such a thing as a just war?" And I said, "Well, yeah, of course, there's such a thing as a just war." She said, "Well, kids in my class are saying no, there's never any reason to go to war." And I said, "Well, that's ridiculous, Melissa. Nobody ever wants to go to war. It's a last resort, but there is a time and a place when a country has to go to war."
Hmm.
And she said, "Well, what would be an example of a just war?" And I said, "Well, if we're attacked, we have a God given right to defend ourselves as a nation." Well, Lisa, that conversation took place on the night of September 10th, 2001, my
Wow.
37th birthday. And the next morning was 9/11. And I remember exactly where I was. I was in Princeton, New Jersey at work, and I was on the phone with my wife there at the hospital, and we were talking about plans and what have you. And all of a sudden, she stopped and said, "Oh my God." And I said, "What?" She said, "They just flashed on the news, explosion at the World Trade Center." And that was my first. So I got on the radio with the five mechanics that I worked with and said, "Hey guys, breaking news, explosion, World Trade Center." I don't know anything more at this point. And lo and behold, one of the five mechanics that I announced this to, his brother was on the 91st floor of the South Tower when the plane hit. And
Yeah, it- I'm sure everybody has a place that they were, and nobody will ever forget that day.
it was a
Um,
horrible day. It was a
yes, it
horrible,
was.
horrible day.
I actually was working at the airport at the time, so I saw the whole thing from across the river. We all did, and we saw the towers fall. We saw the planes
Now,
hit
which airport was that?
Newark.
Newark Airport. Okay.
Yeah, and in Jersey. And yeah, we all of my friends we just hung out and watched everything happen. And it was just it was a feeling that I'll never forget. And being a writer that I am, I the emotions just really hit me. So I sat down that week and I wrote 7 poems. And this was the first one I wrote, United We Stand, and this was a poem. All of these things that I wrote are poems. I turned most of them into songs. So this was a poem that I originally wrote. It was published in a couple of papers up north, and people have actually downloaded it when I put it in. They have it in a frame. People have told me that. And but what I did was I said, you know what, on the 20th anniversary of 9/11, I says, I think I'm going to make this into a song and I'm going to try to put it out there and see how it happens. And that's what I did. I turned it into a song on the 20th anniversary, but I didn't record it and release it until this year because I just felt like this was the time. There's so much
Right.
division in this world, and I felt that I wanted this song to get out there, and I want everyone in this country to know that, you know, we should be sticking together. We are Americans. We're strong. We do things for one another. We love one another. We're one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And we're really, that's the way I want people to be. Maybe not everybody thinks that way like I do, but I love everyone and I try to treat everyone the same. And you know I hate to see when people are attacking each other and going after each other. And I look across this wonderful great nation that we live in different parts of the world. I have friends everywhere in every state in this country, and especially in the music industry. And I just look and see how beautiful this country is. I mean, what God created. And I really want this song. This is what I wanted with this song. I wanted this song to touch people and for them to play it and listen to it again and again and again and listen to the lyrics and, know that it's not just about 9/11. It's about us as a nation,
Yeah.
and that's what.
And I think the biggest story of that horrible day that exemplifies what you're talking about um, was a ragtag group of average Americans um, realized what was going on, and they were aboard a plane uh, that left the airport that you were at, that left that airport. They were
Mhm,
aboard that plane, and that plane was bound for San Francisco. And the terrorists decided they were going to hijack that plane, and these passengers decided they were going to do something about it. And it was
mhm.
the first battle in the war on terrorism. And when I first had a political show years ago, I had the great honor of interviewing Mr. Tom Burnett Sr. on my show, the father of the um,
Yeah.
hero
Mhm.
that spearheaded that mission, and those were American heroes, and they exemplified what you're talking about and what we're talking about here. That folks, we're in perilous times, and we're either going to live together or we're going to die together, and it's just that
D
simple.
I don't know if you heard that song I wrote, called, "Forgive Us, O Lord." I never recorded that, but I wrote that song during COVID. And if you listen to the lyrics of that song, that could apply to anything in this world,
Yeah.
anything that we're going through. It's asking God to forgive us for what we've done to one another, for our sins, to help to forgive us and to heal our land. And when I put that song out during COVID, which was in 2020,
You froze up.
and
Could you repeat what you just said? The video froze up for a second.
well, I just want to let you know that I just lost power in my house and it just came back up. So that's what happened.
Oh,
My
okay.
power just went out. I guess we're getting hit with those storms also. So
Just
I'm
give me
waiting. I was waiting for it to come back up. My Wi-Fi
Okay.
just came back up. So
All right.
I said that a lot of.
Why don't we take a break right now? I want people to hear this song. This United We Stand, and then we'll come back.
Okay.
All right. Here's United We Stand by Lisa Marie Nicole.
This is for all Americans. There is a gaping hole in the sky where the towers once stood so proud and so high. There is a sadness across the land that people will never understand. The heart of our country laid down to rest. The human spirit is put to the test. United we stand. We try not to fall. All for one and one for all. We walk towards the future, hand in hand. We hold our heads
Wow, truly an amazing song. Lisa, I just
Thank
want
you.
to tell you, I think you're an amazing talent. I love your music so much. But as amazing of a talent as you are, and as amazing as of a songwriter as you are, you're an even better friend, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. You've been a true friend, and you've kind of seen the real me in some of those dark days that we all go through, and I just want to thank you for that.
You're
Um,
welcome. And you've been there for me also. That's what friends are for.
yeah, it sure is, and so we decided to start this little apostolate to four persons a year ago. And I remember sitting down with some of the other people that we were starting this with. And I said, I have realistic goals. And I think that within the first year or so, I think we can put a show in the top 10 in the Christian category. I really believe that in the first 12 months, we can get one top 10 show in the Christian category. Well, we've put 16, 16 top 10 shows in, it's been a little over a year, 13 months,
Hmm.
16 top 10 shows, Lisa. And yours was one of them. You actually had the, out of almost 400 shows that we've done, yours is the fourth highest rated show of all of those. And that was
Wow.
your debut Rocking
Yep.
for God show.
I remember
And
that.
it got all the way up. I think what did it get up to, number five or number six or something like that, I believe.
Yeah.
So we currently have a show at number two, and we're hoping that it's going to break through and be our second number one show. We've had one number one show so far, but Lisa, you've been a big, big, big part of this, and me and you kind of collaborated on a fun little project. And I don't know if anybody else likes it, but I had a lot of fun with it. I thought it was great, and it kind of taught me a lot about mixing and getting sound levels right. And when I first did it, okay, the bass was like boom, 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 way too loud, and I had to get the bass levels right and the vocal levels just right. And I've learned a lot. And a few weeks ago, I played you the final version of it, and you were pleased with it, and I'm real happy about how we collaborated. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but I'm just going to play like a minute of it, and then I want to get your comments on it. This I had a lot of fun with this, and I'm
Mhm.
just going to play about a minute of it and then get your comments on it. Okay, folks, Lisa literally sat down with an acoustic guitar and a microphone in her garage and sent me that raw recording of just acoustic guitar and vocals, and we kind of just built it from there. And what what are your thoughts?
I think it came out really good, the final one. The first one was a little rough. I mean, that one we had to fix, but yeah,
Yeah,
I think it came out really good now. It sounds a lot better.
but it was. but it was good that the first one came out rough because it was a learning tool for me. It helped me
Mhm.
now going forward. And I made another piece of music that Terry Delp is now working with, and he's going to make a song out of it. And I can't wait to hear what it sounds like because he's also very talented.
Yeah.
But the reason why I'm bringing this up is this is just an example of how all of us have worked together because we're all on the same mission. We're all doing
Mhm.
the same thing, and it's we're doing God's work. I mean, we've got great apologists like William Hemsworth and Ken Litchfield and Luke
Yes.
Haskell. So we're doing God's work. We're getting the message out, but we're not stuffed shirts. We're having fun while we're doing it, and it's really been a blessing, hasn't it?
Oh yeah, I mean to be able to do my own show like this, I've always wanted to do something like this. And I really thank you for giving me the opportunity to have my own show on here because
And
it's I love it. I mean, it's beyond my wildest dreams. I got so many people contacting me to be on this show now.
yeah,
It's amazing.
I didn't even hesitate when you came up with the idea. I didn't even hesitate. And the next thing you know, we're interviewing Mike Aquilina and Deacon Harold Burke
I
Sivers, and I'm like, wow, I mean, it just took off, and then the next thing that's coming up for me is, and I just this trip to Israel is going to be, it's just it's so different. It's so beyond anything that I've ever done before, and I want you to be a part of that. I want to live stream to some of your shows from Israel. I want you to be a part of that. Is that doable? You think?
Yeah, you can. I mean, I think it'll be great that you're down there. I mean, you got to be safe while you're down there, but
Well,
um,
of course.
yeah. But yeah, just we'll talk about it. We'll connect before you go down and
So
we'll see.
talk about some of the other since the last time you were on, some of the other nominations and some of the other awards that you
Um
racked up since the last time you were on.
well, um I have the ISSA awards that I was nominated for in a finalist at 8 categories and um that comes up in August for the awards. The Josie Music Awards I submitted in a bunch of categories, but they had so many people that submitted, so it's taking a while for them to post all of the things. So I don't know if I'm going to get any nominations, and if I do, it's probably going to be a while before I find out because it's so many people. Um, the Pose Music Awards, that's the one I won last year. I won my song You Are the Love one for Song of the Year and the video. Well, my I just Stained Glass Window in My Soul, the one you played at the beginning, just won for that one best song for the month for April.
Hmm.
And uh I have a lot of things that I have a lot of other things that I submit to all the time. I have radio stations that are playing a lot of my songs and they're playing United We Stand. Um, that song got almost 5,000 streams already on Spotify. I couldn't believe it. Every time I look at it, it's going up and up and up.
So
I got
is it your biggest hit to date?
Yes, it is. I mean, I had a lot of songs that did really well, but not this fast. It took a while. But
Uh-huh.
this song was just unbelievable. I mean, how
Well,
fast the streams came on all the platforms, not just Spotify.
it really doesn't surprise me, and I'll tell you why. Um, when we had our political show years ago, we were and I'm going to tell you what the name was. You're going to think this is kind of funny, but we called ourselves a Newt One, and I know you're like, where did that come from? Well, believe it or not, we originally called ourselves a New Tone, because President Bush was talking about bringing a new tone to America.
Yeah.
Out and we bought the domain name, anewtone.com. ANEWTONE.com. Well, our detractors on the left started calling us a Newt One. They rearranged the letters and called us a Newt One. And I thought about it and said, I like it. And we went with it. We just took it from there and we started calling ourselves a Newt One. But at one point, we were affiliated with, I mean, so many heavy hitters in terms of blogs and political sites and everything that were really big at the time.
Hmm.
And at one point we were ranked in the top 1/20th of 1% of political blogs worldwide. That's how big we were.
Wow.
Our website was receiving 500,000 hits a month. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because the pattern was exactly the same. It started out slow, then it slowly built, and then it got to a point where it just does this. And that's kind of what you're recognizing, and that's kind of what we expect to happen with the four persons is it gets to a point where people start to, oh, okay, and you get on their radar screen, and then the next thing you know, it just builds on itself and the momentum just increases. It's like a snowball going downhill. And it seems like you're getting to that point that so many people through all the people that have been putting your stuff out there, like us, like William, like Catholicism Rocks, you're starting to get your name out there, and now people are picking up on it more and more and more and more. Do you see that?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm also getting into the multi-genre category now, which I am still Catholic, always will be, and still will be a Christian artist. But to cross over into mainstream with my music is amazing
Yeah.
because that's when you start reaching a different class and a different category of people. And maybe by me getting my songs on other stations that don't play Christian or just play few, I might be able to save people. People might be able to, I'm not going to save people, but maybe my music will be brought, maybe my music will bring people to God,
Hmm.
and maybe they'll listen to my other music and say, well, let me see who this person is and I'll check out her out. And I think that's what's happening with United We Stand, because United We Stand has a lot of Christian overtones in the song. Because I mentioned the Lord, I mentioned a
Hmm.
lot of things about
Hmm.
God, but that song is in a lot of different genres. I've got people playing it from every station. So people that hear that song, they've been checking me out because I noticed that I'm getting a lot more streams on all my other music since I put that out. So a lot of people have been checking out my other music, which is what I wanted to happen because
Yeah.
my lyrics are very important to me. I write my lyrics based on scripture and based on things that people can relate to in this world to
Hmm.
bring them to God.
Hmm.
And, I'm more of a songwriter, and I always was, and I always will be. And that means more to me than anything.
Hmm.
So, I'm really glad that it came to to this point. And yeah, I mean, whatever God has in store for me in my life, I'm just going to go with it. I know that he has good things in store for me.
Yeah.
And, you
But I
know,
noticed that you have a lot of the same musical influences that I have. Musical artists that you've listened to and kind of drawn,
growing up, yeah.
yeah, different things from. And um, one of the musical artists that we both agree on that we both think was tremendously underrated, much better than they were really ever given credit for, and as good as they really were, not just the lead vocalist but the band, and that's Pat Benatar. And she
Oh
was,
yeah.
I think she was far better than she got credit for. First of all, her vocal range was just
Hmm.
off the chart. She was an incredible vocalist. But the guitarist, the bass player, the drums, I mean, they were all um, phenomenal. And you did something recently, and I actually got slapped on the wrist by YouTube for playing some of her songs. They
Yep,
didn't
can't
like
do
that.
that.
They didn't like that very much. But
No,
I thought you taking on some of her songs was just that took a lot of guts because not a lot of people are willing to try to step into those shoes because there aren't many singers that have the range of Pat Benatar.
no, there isn't.
And for you to try to take and I thought you held your own. You didn't do Promises in the Dark though, so
I know.
that's a knock against
Well,
you.
I don't know every one of her songs by heart. I mean, I grew up listening to her, and yes, I do know a lot of her popular songs, and I do sing them, especially when I'm practicing, because it helps me with my range to do that,
Well, I'm going to
to
send
practice
you.
them.
I've already made up my mind. I'm going to send you a recording of like my top 50 favorite Pat Benatar songs to kind of broaden, because a lot of my favorite songs by her are the songs that that are not or the lesser known songs. The thing
Hmm.
that I found about Pat Benatar that's amazing is probably 75 to 80% of the songs that she put out are covers.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize how many. In fact, I was blown away that her song "Heartbreaker" is a cover.
Hmm.
That's not originally her song. I was blown away by that. I didn't know that. But she did a lot of covers. But in every Pat Benatar cover except one, I think she did the better job. I gotta
Yeah.
go. I gotta go with the Beatles on Helter Skelter, but that's just me.
But you know what? If you look at a lot of artists do covers or have done covers,
Yeah,
and you don't know if it's their music or not unless you look into it and you see if they originally wrote the song. I mean, there's so many people that do other people's music, which as
there's
long as you got permission, there's nothing wrong with that.
so
But
many
see,
huge hits during the 1980s that came out that were signature songs of the 80s that were covers that were people didn't realize these were not the original versions. I'll give you an
mhm,
example. Joan Jett, I Love Rock and Roll.
yeah,
Not her song.
no,
But everybody, you say, I love rock and roll. Oh, Joan Jett. That's what people think. So, somebody else had a hit this big with it, and she had a monster 7-week number one with it. Um, another one, Whitney Houston, I Will Always Love You. 16 weeks at number or 14 weeks at number one.
that's
That was
Dolly Parton's song.
Dolly Parton's song,
Yep.
so just a perfect example. But
But
um,
then if you think about it too, there's people that write songs for other people. All they do is write music. And see, I wanted to be like that too because I wrote so many songs that I was thinking maybe somebody might want to sing my music that I wrote and down the line. But I like to sing and I like to record. I like to do my own stuff. I feel more comfortable singing my own music because I wrote that. I have the inspiration from God to write this stuff.
but
So,
sometimes even in your own songs, you subconsciously give homage to another artist because sometimes the influences
mhm,
come through in the song in a subconscious way that you're not really conscious of it, but people listen to the song say, "Oh, wait a minute, that sounds like something that I've heard before." And it may have been something that. So I'm going to play one more of your songs if I can. This happens to be my favorite of your songs. Other people might, have a different opinion, but I love all your songs. I just happen to love this one a little bit more. This is my favorite Lisa Marie's Nicole song. Can you guess what it is?
I think "Step into the Light."
That's up there, but no, that's not number one.
Well, I also want to play "Mama, I Love You"
Okay.
because I want to
Well,
play that for Mother's Day before we
then
end.
let's play that first, and that way it'll keep the suspense going a little bit longer.
Okay.
All
This
right.
This song is dedicated to my mom who's watching and to all mothers out there for Mother's Day. Mama, I love you.
Amen.
You gave me life many years ago. And through that journey, God saved my soul. You were there through my growing years. You used your hand to wipe my tears. Doctor, therapist, you gave it all. The first one to answer my call any time of day. Mama, you took me by the hand, taught me how to love God, and helped me to understand when life was too hard to comprehend. You're always there when I needed a friend. You're the only one that understands my pain. Oh, Mama, I love you. Now that I'm older, my youth is gone. The strength of your love helps me carry on. Life is not easy, it's hard to the end. With you by my side, I'll always have a friend. Mama, you took me by the hand, taught me how to love God, and helped me to understand when life was too hard to comprehend. You always there when I needed a friend. You're the only one that understands my pain. Oh, Mama, I love you. Mama, you're my biggest fan. I wrote this song so you hear it now. While you still can hold my hand, I thank you for all you do. I know the great Lord has blessed me through my life with a mom and friend. Mama, you took me by the hand. You taught me how to love God and helped me to understand when life was too hard to comprehend. You never left when I needed a friend. You're the only one that understands my pain. Oh, Mama, I love you. Oh, Mama, I love you. God blessed me with you, my Mama. Oh, Mama.
That song's available on all streaming sites if anybody wants to get it and download it and give it to their mom for Mother's Day.
That is. You, did you write the piano part?
Well, when I write with Mike, when I go, with my musician I work with, we do it together.
Okay.
I basically put this song and the music together and then we work on it together.
Yeah.
But the piano I think was I told him I wanted piano in the song, so we worked on it together, but he
It's
did the piano.
it's hypnotic. It's absolutely hypnotic, and I'm going to tell you the song that it reminds me of. Okay, you may or may not remember this song, but it was a song that came out right at the end of the 70s. I believe it was 79, and it was by a band called the Little River Band.
Hmm?
There's a song called Lady.
Yeah, yeah, I think I remember that. I was
Yeah.
pretty young then, but
Yeah. I'll have to look it up and I'll have to look it up and send it to you. But
okay.
that's the song that it reminds me of. Okay. My favorite song by you. Have you figured out what it is?
I know you're there, God.
No, no. That's a great song, but that's not it. This song, I guess if you ask me to say specifically why it's my favorite song by you, I guess I would just have to say because it speaks to me. Um, I'm just going to play it. This song just speaks to my heart.
It's belief.
When the storms of life wash you ashore, don't think you can go on anymore. There's a God above, He has a plan. He'll be there to hold your hand if you believe. Just believe. When you're lost and afraid, just believe. You make it through another day. Believe in the risen Lord. His love will never leave. Just believe.
I should have known.
As soon as I started playing it, you got that look on your face like, "Oh, yeah. Okay, I
Well,
see it now."
that will probably always be my number one song. I won so many awards for that song, and I'm so blessed by that. And
Well, 2 things about it. First of all, like I said, it speaks to me and just my life and what I've experienced. Um, but also I think it so perfectly showcases your voice. I think of all the songs that you've done, that's the one that most
mhm.
perfectly fits your voice and your singing style. And not that the others don't. I'm just saying that one I put at the top. So,
No, I agree with you. I want to start singing songs like that one moving forward that showcases my range.
yeah.
Um, so I agree with you on that one.
What's next for Lisa Marie?
Well, I got a lot going on now. I have my concert coming up next Saturday, which I'm really excited about. It's a benefit concert at St. John the Baptist Catholic Church in Denellen, Florida. And it's a concert fundraiser for the food pantry and the Florida Relief Ministry to help the poor and people in need. So I'm doing this show. I have three backup singers from the choir that actually decided to sing with me. They learned all of my music to sing with me as backup. And I have a lot of goodies and a lot of things planned for this show. At the end, I want to have audience participation with United We Stand, and I'm going to have it live streamed. And I'm going to have everybody do the end part where it says "We Are Americans." I want to try to get everybody to participate in that. And I think that would
Wow.
be awesome if everybody does. It's going to be, I'm going to live stream that one song, um, so everybody sees it. And I have a photographer coming to take pictures, and it's going to be great.
Is the whole concert going to be recorded?
I don't think it's going to be live streamed the whole thing because why would people come out if they can watch it
No, I'm saying,
online?
but is it going to be recorded though? That's
Oh
what I
yeah,
meant.
yeah. I'm probably gonna eat. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it because I'm gonna be too busy. But I'm gonna see if I can get some people. Maybe somebody can record from down on the bottom of the stage and record the whole thing,
Hmm.
and then I'll post it after it's recorded. I'll post either clips of it or the whole thing. I'll see. Um, but I have that coming up. Tomorrow, this weekend, I'm singing that song, Mama, I Love You, at all the masses this weekend for a prelude. So I'm doing it for all the mothers and, of course, our Blessed Mother. And I'm going to be singing that for this weekend. And I have three people that I'm collaborating with on a song right now. Don't have the time to do all of it, but I am working on a song with. I'm collaborating with Mike Chauncey, who's my musician. We're going to be working on a song together pretty soon. So, of course, I got my Rocket for God podcast that's coming up July June 1st. I have Linda Marks on. She's a unbelievable concert pianist, a recording artist, and I'm gonna have that coming up, which I'm really enjoy doing my podcast. So
Let's talk about that, about your Rocking for God podcast, because I think it's really neat that you do that on the first Saturday of each month. Because, of course, the first Saturday devotions to our Blessed Mother is a big deal, and um, I'm going to very soon be completing my first Saturday devotions to the Blessed Mother for the third time. So,
wow.
yeah, so it's a very special devotion to me, and that just gives me two things to look forward to on those first Saturdays. Um, is that why you chose that particular day, or was there anything that went in, or is that just when
No,
you what you had open on your calendar?
no, that was us that decided that, remember? I wasn't sure which day I wanted to do, and then we decided that first Saturday would be great for the
Well,
show.
I'm old and Alzheimer is setting in, so I don't remember.
Yeah, we decided on that, but I think it works out pretty good. I mean, a lot of people, I know a lot of people can't watch it live because they're doing whatever on the weekends, but everybody goes back and watches it, and it's the art, the people. I'm trying to have different people on. I don't want people in the same class, the same category. I try to mix it up because I'm in the music industry. I have a lot of people that are in the music industry that have strong faith and they want to be on. And I like to learn about these people, and I think that they deserve to be heard.
Mhm.
So I'm glad that I have the platform to be able to showcase them, you know? And I have I have somebody from a radio station coming on also. And, I have another Christian artist. And then, of course, my decision, we're going to do a big Christmas special at the end of the year with all of us. The four persons is doing a Christmas special on my show. I'm going to do a Rocket for God Christmas special with Ken, John, Rich, and I think that's it, right? I don't
Uh,
remember if we had anybody
William's
else.
going to be. I thought
Oh,
William was going to be.
William,
Yeah.
William. Yeah, we'll get William in there too.
We can't
Um,
forget Sir William of Hemsworth, as I
yes,
love to call him.
yeah, so we're gonna just have a good time. I will play. I'm gonna play some Christmas music live, and we'll talk about what Christmas means to us,
And of
and
course,
we'll
this is
talk.
going to be a very, very special Christmas for me because by that time I will have been there and saw where it
That's right.
actually
And
happened.
then
And
yeah, and then you could talk about that on the show. You could talk about your experience with that, and we might have to do a 2-hour show that night. I don't know.
entirely possible. Where you're at though, you don't get too many white Christmases. I'm where you're at, I imagine. But
Yeah.
have you ever experienced the white Christmas?
Yes.
You have?
What here in
No, I'm
Florida?
saying in your
Of
life, have you?
course, I'm from Jersey. Are you
Okay.
kidding? We get we've I remember when I was 7 years old, we had that blizzard of 70 whatever it was, and we had that blizzard. I think we had like 5 feet of snow or something.
Well, it's the
And
blizzard of '78 was in February.
yeah, no, we had it in Jersey too. It was bad. But I remember growing up playing in the snow and making taking cardboard boxes and sliding down the road. I mean, I remember all of that. I loved it until I had to drive in it. When
I lived 10 years in New Jersey, and
you know,
I can say we had blizzards in New Jersey that were
oh,
unlike anything I've ever seen in my life. We had one blizzard in New Jersey where I drove my wife to work because she was working at the hospital and I wasn't going to let her drive. And she was mandatory. She had to be there. I said, "Well, I'm taking you." Okay. And no lie, okay, no lie, taking her from Jackson to New Brunswick, round trip was 9 hours.
wow,
9 hours. And the snow was so bad. I kid you not, folks. The only thing that I could see to follow was the tail lights of the
hmm
vehicle in front of me. That's all I could see. It was pure, absolute whiteout. And if that car went off the Newark Bridge into the river, I was following him off the bridge into the river because I couldn't see the road. I couldn't see nothing. I was like, I
yeah.
hope this guy in front of me knows where he's going because I'm following his taillights. And that was my first experience with a true, authentic whiteout. I know you've heard the expression, but when you can't see 10
Nope.
feet in front of you, all you can see is white. It's just
And
it
the ice was, I had bad experiences with the ice up there. The ice storms were horrible. You're all over the road skidding. People are hitting dividers, and it was terrible. I don't miss that one bit, believe me.
And the rainstorms would shut off sections of the road up there,
Uh,
like it would just flood. I don't know who designed the roads up there, but they didn't know anything about irrigation and drainage because the water would just pool right into the middle of the road and shut it off. Yeah, it was
well,
it was
we moved down here, believe it or not. We moved down here in um when the hell did we move down here? 2009. And that was the coldest winter that Florida had. It actually snowed here, and they all blamed me. Everybody in my neighborhood said, "You brought it all with you." And I couldn't believe I have a video. I have it on video. I
wow,
walked outside, and there was snow on my car. And when I came inside and got my family, by the time I went out, it was melted. So they
wow,
didn't believe me. So I videotaped it. I said, "Welcome to Florida." I wrote in my car on the snow, "Welcome to Florida." It was funny.
wow, wow.
But you know, it's amazing just you know, everything. I love snow. I love all the it's all God created all of it, so
Yeah,
I love it all.
Lisa, I've got a good friend who's in the hospital right now, and he's having all kinds of blood pressure problems and anxiety problems. And the reason I bring it up is because we both know lots of people are going through this right now. It's very difficult
Mhm.
times, very perilous times, and a lot of people are wound up and filled with anxiety and worry about the times that we live in. What would you say to those people now?
The people that are living in these times, well, we're all going through the same thing, that's for sure. And I just tell people to have faith and just know that God is in charge. He's always in charge, he will be in charge. And just keep the faith, keep praying, and just be kind to people because you never know what somebody in this world is going through. You can, you know, you might be having a really bad day and you might walk out of the house angry and you might run into someone and take something out on that person because of what you're going through. And that person could be going through the same thing you are, or maybe they just someone
Yeah,
or something is happening. So I always tell, I will post that on my Facebook page, be kind all the time because you never know what someone's going through in this world. And always check on people. Always check on your neighbors, check on your friends, check on your family to make sure they're doing okay. Call somebody. You know, bring somebody. Go over to your neighbor and bring them a cake, bake them something, bring them something. Just to everyone. I mean,
yeah,
it's so hard today to be that way with people because of how they treat each other. But you know what? Maybe if everybody tried to act that way with everyone, maybe this world would be a better place. And
yeah.
that's what
Because a lot of times you're catching somebody that's at their breaking point,
exactly.
and they don't need you to push them any further. You know, they need to
Well,
kind of be pulled back off the ledge, and sometimes a word of kindness, a phone call. Hey, I care. I was just, worried about you. I was just thinking about you. Want you to know I'm praying for you. Um, those things are big, and they make a big difference for people that are going through really, really, really tough times.
I just wrote a song called "Make the World a Better Place." I didn't record it yet. It's probably going to be a ballad. But I just wrote this, and that's exactly what it's about. It's sort of like my song "Pass It On." And
Okay.
my song "Pass It On" did really well, and it's still getting out there because that's what that's about.
All
It's
right.
about
Well,
passing it on.
you don't have to rush to finish it. Next 10 or 15 minutes will be fine. And no pressure. But that'll be on your next album, I'm sure, right? Right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, when I get a chance to do it, um, as I have so many. This is my songbook that I wrote. This is my songbook.
Wow.
I have over 200 songs that I've written, and
Wow.
I've only recorded 30 of them. So I have so many songs that I have written, and I keep getting more. God keeps just giving me so much more, and I'm so much behind because I haven't done anything with these songs that I've written already.
We
And a lot
talked
of them,
we
you
talked
know,
earlier about cover songs. Have you considered doing a cover of somebody else's songs for your album?
I
Any-
mean, well, don't forget, I did do the song that I was asked to do by a producer that asked me to do the song from Jesus Christ Superstar.
Mhm.
I don't know how to love him. You
Mhm.
heard that, right?
Mhm.
And everybody said that I did such a great job with that song. And that's a cover and that's released. He's releasing that album very soon. And he said that I'm going to be the first one on that album. That's how much they liked it.
Wow.
So that was one cover that I never thought I would do. Never, because I've never done Broadway and I was shocked at myself how good it came out. I was proud of myself that I can actually do it. But that opens up other opportunities for me to be able to now collaborate with other people. And if people want me to sing something in a different genre, I can, you know. Um, Although I'm still going to do my own music and everything. But if anybody asks me or wants me to do something for them that they wrote, because some people like my voice and they want me to sing on their album or their track or whatever, and I've done it a couple of times. I did it with you,
Yeah.
with something you wrote. So, it's just, I don't know. I mean, I really don't know if there's anything out there that I would want to cover. I mean, I do so many songs now that are other people's songs when I do my shows,
Mhm.
besides my own. I really don't know if there's anything that I would want to do. I mean, I've had people tell me I should do a whole rock album of like albums of like Pat Benatar, Lita Ford, all these 80s singers. I was like, I don't know if I want to do that. And then you got to get copyright promotion from permission from all these people.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
might be something down the road I might look into later on, but right now I'm sticking with my own music.
Okay. Well, Lisa, I'm so grateful that you came on and spent some time with our audience tonight. Um, it means a lot to me, and I'm
Thank you
so
for
glad.
asking me.
I'm so glad that United We Stand is having so much success. But I have a funny feeling that your best success is ahead of you. I think that you're just gonna. I mean, the talent is unmistakable. The drive is unmistakable, and I think bigger and
Thank
better
you.
things, bigger and better things are ahead of you. Just don't forget me when you make your first million. Okay, all
Of
right.
course not. Never. Are you kidding? And I'll still be on here. I'll still.
Yeah.
I'm thinking positive.
So I'm going to be able to say I knew her. No, you didn't. Yeah, really, really, I did. So
Nah, you still know. You'll always know me. You
yeah.
still know me. But I
So
really appreciate you having me on again. And thank you also for helping me promote the show and everything and get it out there.
yeah, I appreciate you being part of our team, and I think we're doing good things. I think we're going in a really good direction, and it's amazing how much I can contribute when I'm not working 8 weekends in a row.
Yeah, I understand.
All
Yep.
right, well,
Well, I'm also going to start doing some live shows again, probably after my concert, maybe in June. I'll start doing some live shows on my Facebook page again.
you got anything
Um,
planned for July 4th? Or I know you're doing the Rockin' for God show that weekend, but are you doing anything with the 4th itself?
well, it's July 6th, so not that I know of. Nobody, I haven't asked and seen if anybody wants me to perform anywhere for any kind of shows. I haven't had a chance to. But I'm going to be putting that song out for every holiday to do with America. I mean, Memorial Day's coming up. I can't wait to be able to post that for Memorial Day and share the video again. And also for the 4th of July, you'll be out there. And I would love, if anybody's watching this and they want me to perform that song live at a show or anything, like I can do that. So
Okay.
you just have to contact me and let me
You have
know.
been challenged, audience. That's you have been challenged.
But thank you so much again for having me on, and you have a blessed weekend.
Yep, you too. God bless.
Happy Mother's Day to everyone.
Yep. God bless you.
God bless you too.